Yeah, I'm Daya. I do speak mermaid. This is my laser staff. It's got DNA coating so that I can hold it. We are mostly in the same place and we stay near the trade areas, the big... our boats are all kind of linked together into one mat, and then we even have like grass and so forth. Gosh, watch out! Yeah, I'm wet because you were dragged under. People dragged you under with the harpoon and all. They were pirates. The good news is they're all dead now. The bad news, so hold on to your fins. The submarine that we are in has locked, and it's on an autopilot, and I can't quite figure out how to. We're going to some big city that I've never been to or heard of, and we're going together, so yes, I do recognize the insignia on this submarine. Like, the city that we're going to is an underwater city. Yeah, I've never been there, where you live in the big bubbles, and where they have the big, like, the streets are not streets, like everyone lives in these domes, and the city is all connected by these domes. And on the bottom, on the streets, the domes are open into the water, but the air pressure keeps the water out. And so the street is literally the depths of the ocean. We're gonna make sure that it's okay. Or we're gonna die trying, and that'll be a pretty cool adventure too. I always like to say to die would be an awful big adventure, but to live would be an awful big adventure too.
Unknown ship, open your doors immediately. Unknown ship, open your doors immediately. Alright, initiating tank buster protocol. Freeze! You are under arrest.
So it sounds like you'll probably be okay. So it'll be good. Don't worry about me. As long as you're okay, that's what this was about.
I'm Sergeant Cecilia. I will be interviewing you today. I'm Scraley, yes. No, my ephemeral form can only be contained within a high-gravity suit, as I'm a species of carbon cloud.
Carbon clown? Is that what you were going to say?
You are incorrect. From one of the gas giants, from the gas giant Scraley, yes. We have much higher gravity here that maintains our form. You're on Berbera, or Lunguatala, or other humanoid sustaining planets. I would evaporate like a mist. We're not here to ask questions about me today. We're here for questions about you. I'm going to be measuring you for a prison pod. It's just a temporary holding cell while we sort out what your business is here. Docking unauthorized in Berbera.
So you're going to put us in prison for being kidnapped, basically. That's what's happening right now?
So, how about you
this is why everyone wants to
lift
stay
your
out
arm
of the
there?
cities.
Because you are a... Yes. Yes, it's because you are what they call a merperson species. So, in order to have a suitable sized prison holding tank for you, have to measure. I don't know where you come from, but we maintain excellent human rights conditions here in our holding centers.
Human rights is why they're measuring you, so that they can make you fit all right on top of everybody else, so there's not a lot of room, excellent human rights, tons and tons of room. Stack everyone like
your companion is quite
beautiful, brilliant,
annoying. Alright, lift this arm. And the other arm. Here.
I would use the word insightful.
You docked unauthorized at the Berbera port.
You interrupted me. They don't teach you manners.
With several dead bodies on board.
Dead pirates. Pirates don't count.
Yes, I've heard the self-defense argument before.
I would do something about this guy, but
This is a rank badge.
get in trouble. This is
I find it-
trick word.
Well, my opinion doesn't matter. It is important to maintain order here on board.
How is it?
And this
Order or
is a
tyranny?
symbol of that order.
Order or tyranny?
No, we are in neutral territory. Bend your head forward, please.
Yeah, but everyone knows big city people kind of sympathize with the grime.
Just with arms up, please. Thank you. Now we are neutral. In fact, Berberan diplomats are well known as who negotiated the Spaces Treaty for the planets who do not want to become embroiled in the Groen and Fell Sea skirmishes and wars of destruction. Alright, shoulder here.
About that. I wanted to vote for involvement, but I'm also pretty... Isolationism also makes sense to me.
Neither of you have files in our system. That doesn't surprise me. A number of roaming fishing tribes, like those of you are.
Roaming fishing tribe.
Alright, fine, not roaming, but a number of the fishing tribes
I've been in the same spot.
do not register,
I'm
which is illegal. However, it does happen. As do a number of the mer people groups. Alright.
You're not a more legitimate person because you have pieces of paper.
I'll need to measure your head circumference. Hopefully it won't be necessary to fit you with any kind of restraining cap. But must measure it. Alright. And neck as well.
This is surprisingly effective. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these.
Once this is
They'll just like zap you
and that's
if
in
you try
case
to.
of needing a restraining collar,
That's another thing they'll
which
do.
would... What do they do? Your companion is frustrating.
I didn't even say
I would
anything.
have you separate.
I just looked.
I need to keep an eye on you both at this moment in time. I've already spoken to your companion separately.
Spoken and didn't listen.
What I want you to do together, that's for my own behavioral analysis. Not something that you need to worry yourself with during this conversation that we are going to have. But no, you are incorrect. These are not shock collars, and I hopefully will not have to use one with you. But a restraining
If you want
collar,
to get technical with it, they won't shock you.
such
They'll just paralyze you.
rays which inhibit calcium release from your sarcoplasmic reticulum, specifically in skeletal muscle, while leaving the smooth and cardiac muscle sarcoplasmic reticulum intact. And these rays mean essentially you become paralyzed, or it's very, very difficult for you to move. Hold on. I need to adjust some servers here on my...
Servers? What do you mean servers?
Yes, they are servers. Much of my suit is electronically controlled. Your ignorance is not surprising, given your heritage.
Just because I'm not from a big city, my people have been here
I'm
for centuries and centuries and centuries and centuries.
being unusual here on Berbera
You're like
with the rest rest of you.
From nowhere.
The humanoids.
Well, not from nowhere.
It does not bother me. Alright.
It should bother me.
So, I'll need to do some quick medical checks to ensure that you are unhurt. Do you know what day it is? No. Alright. Are you a hostage? Understood. Alright. I'm going to do a blood sweep. My clothes are white. We've already done a brief once-over glance, and you did walk through a medical scanner on your way in. But I'm going to do a manual sweep just to make sure that you do not have any on you down your arm on this side, and down your arm over on this side, and then here on your chest. Excuse me. Deep breath in, breathe out, and then here on your back, the other side.
Right. I think I'm making a mistake.
And then your leg here.
Leg, that's a fin.
And the other leg here.
Idiot.
Phenomenal.
You're gonna ignore me now.
Now, do me a favor, wiggle your fingers and wiggle your tip of your tail, which I apologize for having called legs. Your tail.
Never heard
It's just
a
what
city policeman apologize.
large appendage. We have plenty of mer people come through here, seeing as, of course, you are like the Ichthian humanoids, native inhabitants of Berbera.
We're all inhabitants of Berbera.
Been here on this planet much longer than even nomadic humans like this one. Just because you don't like to think of yourself as an immigrant does
I
not
didn't say I
mean
don't like to think of myself as
that
an immigrant.
you are a much more recent immigrant inhabitant of this
Oh, you're trying to say you and I are not so different.
All of us who are not mer people, Ichthians or Ichthian humanoids, are most likely more recent inhabitants here. Obviously, I moved here within 1 generation ago.
I mean, I don't take
But I am
issue
as
with that.
Berberan as you
No one
are.
said you weren't.
Still, of course, we have many more people here in this main city. Where are you? You are in Uala. Yes.
Wow.
Uala
Well, that's a big city.
is this city.
The undersea
It's
city.
one of the 12 cities occupying the northmost quadrant, where before the cataclysmic event thousands of years ago, there used to be a continent. It was the northwestern continent of the planet. And of course now, deep, deep beneath the ocean, it lies. And this is one of the 12 cities that are the major ports in this area. Underwater, of course. Yes. Your questions tell me as much about you as your answers do, honestly. The blood sweep is finished. I've checked your respirations briefly. Allow me to check your pulses. Lift your wrists.
You better not cause
Come
them
on
any
down
harm.
here. Straight.
I went through a lot of trouble to rescue this
It's
new
thin
person.
here on your tail. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Let us just briefly engage in a cardiac exam. Extremely briefly.
Didn't we already go through med scanners?
I'm watching you.
I know.
I don't have eyes in the same sense as you all do. We may have come from humanoids like yourself, but we have a very different sensory system.
We're not here for a biology lesson. We're here because...
This will feed directly in through this transmitter here. Alright. Take a deep breath.
Watching me. You're
Another deep breath.
anything.
Allow me to listen to your heart. And here. And here. I'm still watching you.
And I'm still not doing anything. They were pirates, man. They were kidnappers. And they're dead now.
If you have done nothing wrong, there is no need to worry. We are currently, I have personally downloaded the files from the onboard cameras on the ship. And they're decrypting here. We'll take a look. You may not even be charged with anything. You just need to hang around the city and then return for any follow-up investigation or paperwork as needed, depending on who should come forward.
That's so weird.
You, I find, very unlikely to be the candidate who left multiple bodies strewn around the ship, given that it was not outfitted as a submarine for your biological type. Clearly that would have had to be the bipedal humanoid.
That's reasonable. I appreciate, officer, at least you noticing that. That's good.
May I just have your finger during the conversation? Thank you. Yes, it can read heart rate and other B detectors.
It's like a lie detector.
Can read out heartbeat and other
He's trying to see if I scare you.
important biological outputs and detectors of stress. So, while this one speaks,
I'm not speaking right
I'm still
now.
receiving information.
But that's good.
So, you are safe here.
No one's
Others are also safe from you.
Then,
Feel free to reveal any information that you need.
I mean, you're fine, right? This is so frustrating. Yeah, the camera footage.
The camera footage. You are welcome, yes, to take a look.
It's okay. It's okay.
I will say the harpoon wound you have here is healed nicely, and it does corroborate with both the story and the video evidence. For the time being, I would like to release you on a temporary suspension.
What does that mean?
No, you may not have that in your legal system. But for Bereens, that means I'll need you to stay in port for a couple weeks. Just to ensure that I've finalized other elements.
We're not even from here, you know. And literally, we're here against our will.
Your companion. Your companion may attend you.
Right.
Yes.
I want to take back some of it.
However,
Okay, I don't take it
you will have
back.
to surrender her weapon. It is not registered
That's a family heirloom.
with our government. And we do not permit any carry without weapon registration. And as additionally, I still have further investigating I need to do. You have both now been biometrically registered with our system. And I do now have measurements for you should I need to obtain you into a prison pod. No, that was a scare tactic.
You never intended to keep my murderous friend, did you?
Of course. Alright, it was a little bit of one. Lovely to meet you. Behave yourself. I will be in touch shortly. Stay to the port areas. Do not leave town.
I guess we won't. There's a shopping district.
I'm attaching this locator to your fin.
Don't worry, it won't hurt.
I can check where you are for the time
It's
being.
just a thing they're doing.
We've made final determinations. At this point, I do not think I will file with the prosecutor in this area for any form of charges. As you have full evidence for self-defense.
Alright.
So there should be no issues. Your companion's already been billed.
Alright, this is okay. This is not ideal, but we're gonna figure this out this week.
Alright. Both of you are free to go.
We'll head down to the shopping area. I'm gonna untangle from this. And, I guess we'll have to find a place to stay while I think they're probably gonna impound the submarine that we came in, and they have to figure out what to do with the pirate bodies and everything, and I guess it's gonna take us a little while to find passage back to both your home and my surface home as well. I've never been to an undersea city. I don't know if you have. So this might be okay. This might be a good opportunity. I was a little mouthier than I should have been. I immediately regret that. But, hindsight has always been one of my strong suits. Foresight, not so much. Yeah. All in all, he was okay, I think. Who knows, they might still be trying to watch us and trap us, but looks like they're coming back now looks like we'll be okay. Alright, let's go explore the city, I guess.
If this helped you, help someone else. There's a list of causes at becominghero.ninja, and if you need more help or you just want some bonus gifts, please check out all the